Simama shati.
Okay. You stop here. Don't go in.
Purpose that is driving our country currently, and we thank you for enabling us to collect the signatures that we have been able to.
All protocols observed. We want to make this program a very short in the coordinators one by one. Or should we do the coordinator? Thank you. Today's objective, with your permission, we are going to call upon all the coordinators from all the 13 regions. We're going to give one coordinator an opportunity to speak on the task that they undertook as they were correcting the signature. And yeah, so we will receive first, and then later I can give them an opportunity to talk to you on their experience when they were doing this very, very important occasion. Karibu sana. Huyu ndiye alifanya kazi mzuri huko Mombasa, Kwale, Kilimu, all of them. So we want you to come form. Yeah. Toka. Sarah, let me. Haya, tuwapigie makofi. Coast Province, they did a very good job, and the final tally, Your Excellency, from the Coast Province, as per today, was 745,033 signatures. Asante sana, Team Coast Province. Asante sana. The second one is Northeastern, Jibril. Karibu Jibril. All the way from Northeastern. Face the camera. They did 161,000 signatures. Thank you very much. Job well done. Asante sana. The next one is Eastern Province. Very job well done. They did a very good job. 842,000 signatures from Eastern Province. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kala, and with your team. Asante sana. Next, mkoa wa Kati, Central Province, Peter Weru. Central Province, they did 793,135, and still counting. Thank you, Peter Weru. Kazi mzuri sana. The next is Rift Valley. Rift Valley. Violet. There is Violet Chepsang. Yeah. Violet and Sang from Elgeyo Marakwet. Thank you very much. Thank you. South Rift. Someone from South Rift? Or you? South Rift. We go now to Western Kenya. Rift Valley. We got 817,000 for Rift Valley. 817,000 from Rift Valley. Western Kenya, from Bungoma and Kakamega and Vihiga. The whole of Western Kenya, where we got 487,000. 487,978. Hiyo ni kura ya wananchi. 487, that is the voice of the people of Western Kenya. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Now we will go to Kajiado Narok, who are reading the Kajiado Narok team. As you remember, Ore Magero was the Speaker of the National Assembly and of the County Assembly, and Ore Kenta is the sitting member of Parliament, Kajiado North. Narok North, thank you very much. Job well done. Ore Kenta, Ore Magero, asante sana. Asante sana. Mount Kenya East, Embu, Meru, and Tharaka Nithi. Mutuma. Imekuwa mingi. In fact, we have not gotten the last tally, but it's in excess of 500,000. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mutuma. And finally, we have Kisii Nyamira region. No, we still have two more. Kisii. Patrick Lumumba. Yeah. You go there. Yeah. Go there. Thank you. Kisii region. Yeah. There is also Northeastern before you go to Nairobi quickly. Lower Eastern, that was Kala. He has presented. Nairobi. Also prepare yourself, Nairobi. Nairobi is Gedi, prepare your Nairobi, city of Nairobi. 506,000 signatures, 500,006. 506,048. Well done, Team Nairobi, well done. As you know, Nairobi is the home of handshake. Thank you very much. Asante. The bedroom. Now we are going to the bedroom. We are going now to the bedroom, and that is Nyanza. Nyanza, Orengo. Team led by James Agri Orengo and Badi Madaji Jako Midiwo. Jako Midiwo is the coordinator of Nyanza. Asante, Jakoyo, James Orengo, and Bob. Asante sana. Nyanza 893,000. 893,792. Well done, Nyanza. Asante. It is the highest actually, Your Excellency. They have done a good job. And if you tarry this, but they are not there. Turukana. Where are the numbers? That is Turukana. Asante. Yeah. Asante sana. Asante sana. I think that is enough, Your Excellency, now. Yeah? Bungoma. Yeah, siyakuja. Bungoma, Trans Nzoia, and Northeastern. Yeah. Bungoma. Trans Nzoia. There are some regions where we had more than one coordinator. So that explains why we are having 2-3 people presenting. Asante. Yeah? Northeastern, quickly. Gedi. Thank you. Northeastern. Thank you very much. Northeastern, it is 161,000 signatures. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, thank you very much. We have gotten more than 5.2 million signatures as per this morning. Tuwapigie makofi. Yeah. Okay, and Your Excellency, it's still coming, we are still counting, and we are expecting by the close of today, we will be in the region of 6 million signatures. And that shows a lot of confidence in this exercise that you started with His Excellency the President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And we want to appreciate every Kenyan who took part in this exercise. As you're aware, there are few people who actually have been meeting in houses in Nairobi, around 140 people, and some of them are not even members of parliament. And the perception they have been creating is that they have the people. But today, clearly, it is evident, and even the vigor and the energy that Kenyans have demonstrated in signing for this BBI drive, signature drive, is a clear illustration of the confidence that Kenyans have in the stewardship of the leadership of His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta and yourself. We want to assure you that we are going to process these signatures within the next 2-3 days. We are very digital, me and Junet. We have put in place a mechanism that within a very, very short time, we are going to present the forms and the application to IEBC. It's also important for me to remind you that before we went to correct the signatures, we had engaged IEBC on the format, and we had agreed on how we are going to correct signatures. So we do not expect a lot of challenges when it comes to approval. So I believe within another 2 weeks maximum, we should be able to be done with IBC. I am going to take this opportunity to invite just 2 or 3 coordinators to speak on their experiences and what Kenyans are saying, sababu hao ndio walikuwa na wananchi, so that you can get first-hand information on the energy and the vigor and the goodwill that this process has huko mashinani. So I would like to invite, the first one, I will invite Nancy Gesire from Nairobi. Quickly, just 2 minutes. Nancy Gesire. And they managed 500,000 signatures. Thank you. 2 minutes. And you sanitize.
The Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga, members of Parliament present here today, ladies and gentlemen, all hosts, let me take this opportunity to thank you and His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, most sincerely for appointing us into this challenging position of regional coordinators. We would also like to recognize our heartfelt party leaders, governors, members of parliament, county members of assembly, and all proponents of BBI report. We thank the co-chairs, Honorable Dennis Wawero and Honorable Junet Mohammed, co-CEOs, Dr. Kilemi and Honorable Senator Junet Ongera, for having confidence in our capability to deliver on this very important and urgent national exercise. We are forever grateful. We would also like to recognize the hard work that the regional, county, and particularly constituency coordinators and the grassroots leaders who put a lot of efforts in this process. it was indeed a Wanjiko-driven process. We worked together tirelessly to ensure that we achieved and surpassed the set target. Our task involved the coordination and supervision of signatures collections across the country within a short time frame. I'm proud to report that we have in fact surpassed the set target. Once again, as we faced many challenges as we carried on our duty, but we had the support of the grassroots and the people of Kenya who wanted the country to be peaceful. Once again, we thank for allowing us to steer this important process, which is aimed of bequeathing our beautiful country and its future generation a constitution that will guarantee lasting peace, ethnic cohesion, and shared prosperity. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Nabi, Naboera, 2 minutes only. It's not a remark. Yeah, just 2 minutes only.
Bring that one.
From Western Kenya.
Asante mgeni wetu wa heshima. Itifaki yote ikizingatiwa, ni kukueleza kuwa kazi hii ilifanywa na wananchi wenyewe. Walitupatia makarani waliojitolea kutoka kwa vyama mbalimbali ambavyo vinaunga mkono kazi hii yetu. Kwa hivyo nataka nikuhakikishie kwamba sisi muungano wetu na polisi na provincial administration ilikuwa katika hali ya kutupatia ulinzi, na tunataka kushukuru walitupatia ulinzi, tukafanya kazi yetu vizuri. Jambo la pili ni hili kwamba wananchi mashinani hawana hofu yoyote na BBI. Swali tu ilikuwa tuleteeni vitabu nazi tukae nazo tuweke kwa maktaba yetu. They want to put it in their library, what is contained in the report. So kazi tulio nayo ni kurudi kule mashinani, tuwapatie hizo ripoti waweke. Wanangojea kwenda kwa referendum. Walikuwa wanatuuliza tunapiga kura lini. Kwa hivyo wanaunga mkono. Ya mwisho ambayo ni muhimu sana ni kwamba wananchi wote, jinsi unavyoona hao coordinators wametoka katika kila sehemu, wana umoja wa neno moja kwamba nchi inataka kwenda mbele, hatutaki kurudi nyuma. Kwa hivyo tusiwe na wasiwasi. Ijapokuwa kuna jambo lilitokeza kule Western, walimu walikuwa na hofu. Hofu yao ni kwamba NAT imegawanyika kwa sababu ya TSC. Tafadhali shughulikia jambo hilo. Walimu walitusumbua sana. Asante.
Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, Honorable Raila Odinga, all leaders present, I'll just make a very short statement because I think the figures have spoken for themselves. When you collect over 6 million, in fact, I think it will be more, once the books are all in, 4 days, you collect all those signatures. Supposing you had even a week, you'll have collected over 20 billion signatures. That means the Kenyans have said yes to BBI. And we have had so many people, as my colleagues have said here, having very strange meetings, saying yes, but. How can you say yes, but? The two do not get together. The combination of yes, but does not make sense to anybody. In fact, I like to tell Kenyans are very brilliant people, and they know when messages are sent. That camp is actually telling their supporters that they are in the no camp. Because once you keep on shifting goalposts, you are saying no. And I think as Kenyans, we should move knowing that there is a yes camp and a no camp, and nobody should try to convince us that there are other intention for Kenyans other than for their own selfish interests. Because how do you come and say, I agree to a referendum in 2022, yet I do not accept it in 2021? What is the logic? There is no logic there. This constitution amendment bill is for posterity, is for Kenyans. Our generation is here, it will go, other generation will come. The constitution is for all generations of Kenya from now henceforth. So one cannot actually confine themselves to 2022 or any other time. I think the first thing we should ask God is to keep this country safe, to keep all of us together, so that we can actually achieve this goal, but not a matter of trying to divide Kenyans according to political interests and all that. So as for the people of Narok, the people of Kajiado, and I represent my brother here also, the Maasai community has spoken, and it's a very integral part of the country. They've said that they are with the president of this republic, and Honorable Raila Odinga, and we are waiting for the day that will cast our vote, and they will know that the Kenyan people all over want unity, want togetherness, want a unifying constitution, want a unifying Kenya without, sideshows. And so thank you very much. We shall continue from here and proceed further, and we are in support of this. Thank you.
Thank you.
I am coordinator from Nyanza, alongside with Bob Madanje, gentleman standing there. We can't say too much. We are the winners. We have done ourselves and yourselves proud, so that the naysayers did not have too much room to say no anymore. I only want to say one thing. I think it is an issue whose time has come, so that when you are telling us, wait for it to go to the plebiscite of 2022, please do your own and take it to 2022. This one of ours, let us also just do it. Yeah, because you can also do yours. And I invite my brothers who are inciting my brother William Ruto to Stonewall. Please come. Let us eat together. The food is on the table. You can't take the soup back to the bakuli, because you look bad. And you look very bad. This one, if you have 8 million registered voters in Kenya, and we have 6 million, I mean, what else do we need from you? Let us do this. You also do another one. We shall even change this one when you have the numbers. May God bless all of us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
From Turkana. And Your Excellency, the People's President, we are here as part of the communities that have a very long time felt like they've been disadvantaged, disenfranchised, not been made part of. But we are pleased today to speak as a community that has gotten an attention from the people who deserve to lead this country. To be honest, we did our BBI thing very nicely. Of course, we had the challenges. Turkana, we all know, and the media is our partners in this. They always speak of Turkana in the starvation side, the farming side, but they're the best part of Turkana that you need to market positively. And to be more precise in this exercise that happened, the challenges of the terrain, we did our BBI signing in 3 days. We got a bit late because to move, you need sometimes a day even to connect to the next constituency. And we thank you so much, the team that decided to have Turkana as a region. We truly need to be a region, because let me tell you one secret that nobody has ever said about Turkana people. Sometimes we are meant to be part of Rift Valley. But when the reality comes around Rift Valley, There are the people who are left at the valley, and there are those who stay at the rift. So I'm not against the fact that we found ourselves in Rift Valley, but sometimes you look at the benefit of being attached to a particular unit. Sometimes they say we are in Northeastern. When something comes, of course politically we are Northeastern, we participate. Kenya. When it comes to the other realities, we know where the bigger benefits go. So please treat us as Turkana, and we'll be happy participating as a region as we are because of our challenges. We can't be connected to any other person because we have our own unique issues. And then the last one is about this referendum. Turkanas have a lot of issues in security. People are, even as we were conducting these exercises, we all saw the media. There was Kapedo issue, there is the Baringo Turkana border issue, there is Pokot and Turkana issue. Please, the reason why we want something to happen this time round is in as far as there is post-election violences that come, and Kenya must be together. We are also saying there is the bit of the peace that we also want as a region that has never experienced peace. And that is the angle we are strongly supporting the covenant of peace. So we are together in this. We are ready. We did our bit. You know, Turkanas are very honest. You can tell them go negative in this. You speak negative about the whole thing. But again, they will also sit down and say, give me one thing that you are saying we should support this thing for. When they see revenue at 15% getting to 35, honestly telling somebody, I used to pay you 15 shillings, but I will increase to 35. That is something positive. So please, let's just speak the truth that's supposed to be deserved. So otherwise, I'm happy. We are ready for this thing even tomorrow mlete. Tutapambana na hii maneno kabisa. Asante.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now we go to...
And the youths. Yeah, the Honorable Raila, I want to say that when we talk of poverty, it is manifested in our women. When we empower women through access of credit and through more access of resources at the ward level and at the county level, then you could have actually taken care of the common mama who sells vegetables to feed her family. From Kisi, we had volunteers who are youths. They went around through social media platforms and they asked people to come within a very short time to register. We want to thank you for that gesture. And as a people of Kisi, on behalf of the youths and the mamas, they will support this initiative. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rumumba. Now we go to Central Kenya, the regional coordinator for Central Kenya, who did a very good job.
Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, Raila Odinga, all protocols observed. Nataka kukuletea salamu kutoka Mlima Kenya, zile nilizotumwa nazo jana. Watu wa Mlima Kenya wameongea na wakanituma niseme maneno matatu. Ya kwanza, wakasema imani yao na Mheshimiwa Rais Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, ambao ni mmoja wao, iko thabiti na imeonekana kwa zile sahihi walitupatia. Jana na leo ile vita tumekuwa nayo ni kusema sisi kwa eneo letu hazijakuja signature, is to explain to them that this was just representation na zile zingine zitakuja wakati wa kupiga referendum. Ya pili, wakaniambia muangalie kwa kina zile constituency ambazo watu wengine walikuwa wanasema kura mbili haziwezi patikana, na moja ni ile nilikuwa nawakilisha bunge inaitwa Madhira, ndio iliongoza Nyeri County. Ya tatu ni kusema ya kwamba imani na wanajua marafiki wao, na kwa dhati unakubali hayo kwa sababu ya yale ulioona Murang'a juzi ulipokuja, na watu wakafurahi kwa sababu wamejua rafiki yao ni nani na ni nani atawatoa katika ile inaitwa kuwakomboa, kuwatoa Misri. Kwa sababu yale maneno ambayo yako kwa BBI tumewafundisha, wamesoma na wanaendelea kusoma. Na kama Bwana Nabwera alivyosema, zile vitabu zinahitajika ziende huko, waziweke kwa maktaba, wasome na waendelee kuelewa hii maneno. Na wakati wa referendum, wale wanasema eti walikuwa bedroom, na wanaambia wengine watajua hawajui, ndio watajua hawajui, kwa sababu Mlima Kenya umeongea, uko na imani na Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta na hii initiative ambayo Right Honorable Prime Minister mnaendesha, na sisi tuko nyuma yenu. Na thank you very much for all the support that you have accorded us, our leaders, Mheshimiwa Kemunya na wengine wajumbe wetu. Thank you very much. You gave us a lot of support, na tunajua sisi tuko pamoja na tuko ngagari. Ni watu tu kama watatu wako kwa ile 140 na itabaki ikiwa 140. Asante sana.
Haya, hiyo ni sauti ya kutoka Mlima Kenya. Thank you very much. 140 na wengine walikuwa ma MCAs. Sasa ningetaka kuita kutoka Mombasa, Fathiri Mwalimu Makarani kutoka Mombasa. Thank you. Karibu.
Na Wakenya wote amjambo. Mimi kutoka eneo la Pwani, sisi tumesimama na slogan ya BBI kuwa Kenya moja. Sisi kule kwetu tumeamua ya kwamba hatutaki tena kuona vita baada ya elections. Tumeamua hatutaki kuona tena ama tusikie kama ilivyokuwa uje usikie Baby Pendo ameenda kwa sababu ya kura. Tumeamua tushikane pamoja, tuje pamoja kama viongozi wetu walivyokuja pamoja kwa manufaa ya hii nchi yetu. Ndio maana BBI ikasema Kenya moja. Na kule kwetu tumeamua pia hatutaki tena kuona investors wanaondoka ndani ya nchi yetu. Tunaangusha nchi yetu sisi wenyewe. Sisi watu wa eneo la Pwani, katika muda huu mchache tumeweza kuleta signature zaidi ya 700,000. Hii ni kwa sababu moja, kuwa sote tumeamua tunataka amani ndani ya nchi yetu, na hatutaki kusikia ama watu waone kuwa Kenya kumekuwa moto. Tunataka iwe Kenya moja, wananchi wote tuko pamoja, hakuna huyu anachukia huyu wala kabila hili linachukia kabila hili. Tukaeni pamoja, na tunamuomba Mwenyezi Mungu abariki Kenya yetu na abariki viongozi wetu waliokuja na azma hii ya kuleta Kenya pamoja. Asanteni.
Thank you. Thank you very much, because I think that is Kara.
Right Honorable Prime Minister, all protocols observed. As from Lower Eastern, we want to say that the exercise was very successful. Wananchi are supporting the entire process, and one of the benefits that is attracting people to support this process in the Lower Eastern region, is the fact that devolution has really been enhanced and has gained a lot in this bill, and this is what our people want, that resources should be brought down to the counties. I want to say that we are ready for the exercise. Tutangangana, tutahakikisha kwamba katiba imepita, kwa sababu katiba hii ina manufaa kwa mwananchi wa kawaida. Asanteni na Mungu awabariki.
Asanti. Next one. This turn.
Thank you.
Kwa ufupi tu tafadhali.
Thank you, Right Honorable Prime Minister, and the Chair and the Co-Chair, Honorable Dennis Wawero and Honorable Junaid Mohammed, and my fellow regional coordinators. Honorable Prime Minister, we used to tell you that in Northeastern, where it's considered very challenging, the pastoral community are supporting this process very, very much. And it's evident from the signatures collection, it is one of the best exercise. They have actually participated, and the reason is because mainly the pastoral economy has been considered under BBI. So they are fully on board, and this is making them very happy. The other thing is they are very happy about the Ward Development Fund that will be anchored now in our constitution, something similar to the current CDF that will be given to each ward, which is now going to be very constitutional, and that is what makes them also very happy. Also, they are very happy that the 35% devolved funds go into the counties now. So those are some of the things that are making them very happy. They are on board the process. Umekusalamia, Prime Minister, and actually they're inviting you to come to Northeastern. Before I sit down, there are many people to Mesaidiana in this process, like Honorable Fatuma Geti, among other leaders, and there were dear MPs, Mandera MPs, Garissa MPs. Thank you, Honorable Fatima. Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister.
Asante. And finally, we have Mutuma Kangata. Asante na karibu.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Dennis Waweru. Right Honorable former Prime Minister, the leadership of the National Assembly and the leaders who are here, on behalf of Mount Kenya East, I want to say this. One, that we are strongly supporting one unified, indivisible, and prosperous country. And that's why we are supporting the amendments that are being proposed by BBI. Number two, we have seen that whoever is sowing scenes of discord and disunity within our region will not succeed. Number three, we have said that our leader is Honorable Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And when time comes, we shall make a decision as people from Mount Kenya East, together with our brothers from Mount Kenya West. Thank you very much.
Very good job. They even had a meeting under the leadership of the three governors. And thank you very much, Mutuma. So without much ado, Your Excellency, tumekuwa tukifanya hii kazi na Junet. And we have done a good job so far. And we want to assure you, in the next 1 week, we are going to ensure that the signatures have been submitted to IBC. And we are very, very digital with Junet. We have done a good job together. We have the chemistry. We are working very closely. And this is a clear illustration of what a handshake government can do. Kwa hivyo hiyo mkubwa, hata hapa Nairobi, mimi tunaona mawingu. Even Nairobi, we need to have handshake team working together. Na mnajua ni nini inaendelea na mimi nasema nini. And because I have passed the interview now, kila nimetosha. Sasa going forward. So Junet, welcome. You can now invite the political class, your colleagues in parliament, so that they can give their remarks. Thank you.
Asante sana, Co-Chair Honorable Dennis Waweru, Your Excellency the Prime Minister, Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, and the parliamentary leadership ambaye wako na sisi leo hapa. Tuko hapa na pia na chair lady wangu ya Keopa, Honorable Gadoni wa Mushomba, and all invited guests. Hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Leo tuko na baba hapa, hatuwezi kuzungumza mengi. Sisi tutazungumza kwa vijiji siku ikifika. Lakini baba anataka kusema kabla sija invite viongozi wangu wa bunge ya kwamba hii exercise imeendelea vizuri kwa muda sasa. Wale watu ambao walikuwa wanapiga propaganda, ambao walikuwa wanasema sisi hatuna watu huko vijijini, leo wameona wenyewe ya kwamba Askul ametoka Turkana, Ole Magelo ametoka Narok, Bob Madanji na Jakoi wametoka Nyanza, Abdiria ametoka huko Northeastern, Nairobi Gisire na yule mtu ya ODM wako hapa, Weru ametoka Mount Kenya. Sijui hawa sijaona kama wamevaa uniform ya chief pia. Naona wamevaa tu koti na suit. Sasa wale walikuwa wanasema ati hii exercise inarogotwa na chief. Hata chief alikuwa anapatia security ili exercise iendelee kwa njia ya amani. Jambo la pili, hii secretariat, Your Excellency, sasa vile mumeunda hii secretariat pamoja na kiongozi wa rafiki yako His Excellency the President, wamefanya kazi mzuri. Wamerogota sasa karibu 5 million signatures, ambaye ni over 25% ya registered voters ya Kenya. Already 25% ya registered voters wamesema yes kwa hii safari. Lakini wanasema safari ya mamba pia kuna kenge. So lazima utasikia tu wengine wakipiga kelele hapo na pale. Sisi hatuangalii nyuma, tunasonga mbele. Kwa sababu ukienda kwa safari ukiangalia nyuma, utabaki nyuma. Vile bibi ya ile Mtume Lut, Waislamu wanasema alibaki nyuma, akiangalia nyuma, mawe moto ikapiga kichwa, akakufa hapo. So sisi tutasonga mbele. Wale wanazungumza wazungumze tu. Na amendments hii sio ya mwisho. Wewe pia unaweza leta yako vile Jakoya amesema, na usanye sahihi 1,000,000 upeleke IBC na wananchi waamue kama wanakubaliana na wewe ama wakubaliana na wewe. Hii ni ya wenyewe, wamejikusanya, wametoa maoni na wameuliza maoni ya wananchi na wakapeleka mbele. Hii mambo ambayo tunasikia kila siku watu wanaongea, wanasema kila siku wanatoa vikwazo mpya. Ya juzi ni tofauti na ya leo. Na ya leo itakuwa tofauti na ya kesho. Na kesho itakuwa tofauti na kesho kutwa. Wewe endelea kutoa tu vikwazo. Sisi tunasonga mbele. Ule ya chura hawezi kuzuia ng'ombe kunywa maji. Sisi tuendelea mbele. Kwa hiyo machache, sasa nataka kualika viongozi wachache pia waseme machache kwa sababu wako na sisi hapa, kabla tujaalika kiongozi wetu ambaye ni partner wa handshake katika hii safari, Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Kuna hapa na mheshimiwa kutoka Kitui South na chairman ya Departmental Committee ya Lands, Honorable Nyamai, Rachel Nyamai. Mheshimiwa, karibu sana. Tuko hapa na kiongozi kutoka Northeastern ambaye ni Honorable Fatuma Gedi, Women Rep ya Wajir County. Ningewapatia nafasi lakini kwa sababu ya muda. Sasa anajua hata yeye niko na namba hapo, na I normally attend their meetings kama ex official member. Na hii katiba sasa imesema 2/3 lazima wamama wakuwe wengi. Sasa wamama 10 lazima wakuwe na wanaume 3, na mimi ndio nimetangulia. Mama, karibu sana. Asante sana.
Kiongozi wangu katika bunge la taifa, Your Excellency Right Honorable Raila Odinga, wabunge wenzangu ambao wako hapa na viongozi, coordinators wote ambao walisimamia kaunti zote za Kenya, ambao mmetufanya sisi tuwe na maringo sana kwa sababu ya kazi mzuri mliofanya. Yangu kama chairlady wa Kiwopa ni kusema maneno ya wamama, uchungu wa mwana, mama ndiye anayojua. Hatutaki watu waanze kupiga siasa na maneno ya wamama, kwa sababu sisi wamama tuko na mdomo, tunajua kujitetea. Na tumejitetea kwa kutosha, kwa sababu vile proposal ya BBI imetengeneza maneno ya wamama, sisi wamama viongozi tunaona tumeshughulikiwa. Na juzi nimeona kuna watu wanasema wamama hawajatosheka. Na si wamama wanasema, ni wanaume. Nyinyi wanaume wachaneni na wanawake. Wacheni wanawake waongee shughuli za wanawake. Kwa sababu pahali tumewapatia nafasi mtushughulikie, mnatushughulikia vizuri. Na sisi hatuteti. Sijui kama mnanipata vizuri. Hapa kuna mwanaume ambaye hajapatiwa nafasi na mwanamke ashughulikie. Bas, kama mmetushughulikia hiyo ingine, hiyo viongozi na bunge na siasa, wacha tujitetee, sisi tuko na mdomo. Your Excellency, Right Honorable, juzi nimekuona umekuja kwetu Murang'a, na ninapenda sana kwa sababu watu wa Kigumo constituency walikupatia mandazi, wakakupatia ndoma ukakula, na ukacheza rege yako kidogo. Nataka uanze kufanya tease, Your Excellency, kwa sababu Central Kenya tunakugojea kwa hamu na gamu. Tunataka ukuje na mkuje mmeshikana mkono na rafiki yetu ambaye ni kinara wetu, ambaye hatishiki katika eneo la mlima, His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Zile signature ambazo watu wa Central wamepeana ni ishara ya kutosha kuonyesha kwamba tuko ndani ya BBI kabisa kabisa. We have given 643,800 signatures. Na hiyo ilikuwa ya jana usiku. Saa hii naambiwa ya kwamba na mheshimiwa wangu hapa Dennis Waweru ya kwamba sasa tumefikisha 792,000 signatures. Makofi kwa watu wa Central. That is a clear sign that we are not shaking. We are not wobbling. We are moving forward as people of Central Kenya. Na wale ambao walikuwa wanapiga siasa wanasema ati Uhuru, nyinyi hamjui Uhuru ni nani? Bado hamjajua Uhuru ni nani? Kwa sababu Uhuru Kenyatta is the enigma of politics of Central Kenya region. And nobody can change that. Kama tumewapatia hizo signature ni kuonyesha ya kwamba kama ni kura tutapiga, multiply that with 10. Utaona vile tutafanya. Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga, Prime Minister. Sisi watu wa Mlima Kenya tulikuwa tunateta sana ya kwamba we are underrepresented in the National Assembly. We are underrepresented in the Senate. Na ile proposal ambayo mmetupatia ya kuonyesha ya kwamba sasa eneo ambazo ziko na watu wengi sana katika eneo la mlima, wajumbe wataongezewa ili watu wa Mlima Kenya wapate equal representation. The additional seats ambazo mmeongeza katika BBI proposal is something that is making us from the Central Region area to be very comfortable with BBI, and we are very, very much supportive, and we will ensure that BBI proposal, when the bill comes to the National Assembly, tutaipitisha kwa sababu tunataka hizo viti. Mimi nimechaguliwa Kiambu na kura almost 900,000. I was given 988,000 votes in Kiambu, and I only have 1 vote to vote in the National Assembly. That is not fair for the people of Mount Kenya. And therefore, Your Excellency, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, usisikie uoga wa kufika Mlima Kenya. Sisi tunakugojea kwa hamu na gamu. Kuja na uongee na watu wetu wa Mlima Kenya. Tunakupenda kwa sababu wewe, hizo salamu ambao ulipatia our President Uhuru Kenyatta na yeye akakupatia salamu zake, hizo zimefanya sisi watu wa Mlima Kenya tupate amani, na hiyo amani imeeneza biashara zetu, na tunataka biashara zetu zilindwe na ziwe za maana kwa wananchi wa Mount Kenya. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much.
Your share lady wa Kewopa katika bunge, Kenya Women Parliamentary Association. Unajua iko chairman na iko chairman. Yeye ni share lady. Yeye ni share mtu nguvu. Sasa nataka kualika pia kiongozi wangu wa bunge, minority leader, mbunge wa Gwasi South huko, Suba South, Mheshimiwa John Badi. Mheshimiwa, karibu sana.
Your Excellency Raila Odinga, the leaders who are here present, the 2 co-chairs, my brother Dennis Waweru and Junet Mohammed, together with the coordinators who have done a splendid job and have made us realize a very high number that we didn't even project. Actually, the projection was 4 million, but we are upwards of 6 million. I think that is commendable. I've just a few comments to make. One, I don't want to repeat what has been said over and over again from 2018, the value that the handshake has brought to this country. But I want to just point out that the mere fact that today I can stand in this compound, this used to be the TNA house, for John Badi, the national chairman of ODM, to stand here today and speak comfortable, that just is a demonstration that Kenya has made several steps forward and no one can take us backwards. Your Excellency, I want to say, there is a say that goes that there's a time to lead and a time to listen. But I want to paraphrase it and say that there is a time to listen and a time to lead. Once you have listened to concerns of the people, as you have done when this process was going on, the BBI process, now is a time to lead. And the President, together with the Prime Minister, this is now the time to lead the people of Kenya to the promised land. This is the time to lead us to the change that is desired in this country. It is the time to lead us to that vision that we have always had of a Kenya where we see each other as brothers and sisters. This is not the time to talk about pettiness. This is not the time to hold press conferences and criticize everything that everyone else is doing. I want to just say something about what we are likely to do with my colleague Amos Kemunya in the National Assembly, and I expect and I'm sure that my senior Senator James Orengo, together with his colleague who is not here today, Pogisio, will also do in the Senate. Number one, the referendum bill we are ready to come back from recess and pass it. Kemunya and I will ask the Speaker to reconvene Parliament from recess and pass it. But that bill, we are going to mobilize our members to ensure that the referendum question is one and not multiple. We cannot go to an election and do an exam. We cannot go to an election and do KCP or KCSE exam, where we have a number of questions with multiple choices. Kenyans cannot afford that. And I think we better tell Ruto, the Deputy President, just straight on the face that that is not practical. We are not going to do it. The other thing is we are also ready, if IBC, because I don't see what IBC will be doing with these signatures for even a month. Really, these signatures are the way they are organized. If you have an IT system, it should take a week for IBC to verify the signatures. Again, we are ready as National Assembly and the Senate to come back once the counties will have also disposed of it. And I also expect the counties to take below a month. What are you doing with this document? The people of Kenya already have it. They have signed. Actually, I'm being told 1 week. They have signed. They have appended signatures, upwards of 6 million. What are you telling them when you are still holding the document with you? So then the National Assembly and the Senate will come back. Ours will be ceremonial. Even if we didn't pass it, it will still go to the people of Kenya. But I assure you, we have the numbers to pass it. The 140 you saw in Karen is just a drop in the ocean when it comes to the 416 members that we have in the Senate and the National Assembly. So we will pass it. That is guaranteed. My final remarks, I think let us work together as the people of Kenya. Prime Minister, we are behind you with your brother, President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And let us work together in all aspects. In fact, I was telling my brother here, Dennis Waweru, that I'm also seeing some clouds gathering somewhere. And vile unaongea, pengine huwezi jua ya kesho ni itakuja na nini. So hiyo tutaongea. You know, ODM is a big party also. Tutaongea na mimi kama chairman, tutaongea kama party, tutaongea na Jubilee, na tutaendelea hapa mbele. Mbele pamoja. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Asante sana, Minority Leader in the National Assembly. Your Excellency, in Parliament, the bill that we are going with as a referendum bill is the bill which is at the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee. Not this other bill some people are talking about. Hiyo bill ingine ilikunywa maji, ilizama, ikanyesha, ikaenda. Ile bill ambayo iko mbele yetu ni bill ambayo iko katika kamati ya Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, na hiyo bill haisemi ati referendum na uchaguzi ifanywe pamoja. Inasema Wakenya wafanye referendum saa yote wanataka, na uchaguzi pia inajulikana wakati yake. Kwa hiyo machache na mengi, sasa nataka kualika the Minority Leader in the Senate, ambaye ni pia wakili senior counsel, ambaye amesoma hii kitu na akasema hii kitu ni ya ukweli. Honorable Senator James Agre Orengo.
Excellency, the Prime Minister, the co-chairs of this wonderful initiative, my friend Dennis Waweru and my friend Junet Mohammed, and the leadership from Parliament and the coordinators. I think today we have reached a very decisive moment when we can assure the whole country that we got the wherewithal to move to the next stage of presenting these signatures to the IEBC. Now, I just want to say two things about this process. There are some people out there who are confusing the public without making a proper distinction between what is a parliamentary process and what is a popular initiative. The popular initiative does not speak to who undertakes the initiative. It speaks to the process. And the process through the popular initiative is that it starts with the people and ends with the people. You collect signatures in the popular initiative. In fact, this one, Your Excellency, the Prime Minister, you have done better than what the Constitution requires. The Constitution requires presentation of 1 million, not less than 1 million signatures. But in this process, before the presentation of those 1 million signatures, for 2 years, you took an initiative with a team that you appointed that went all over the country to take views from the people of Kenya, and then it was followed by a validation process. I was looking back and looking at the people who have presented views to the steering committee and during the validation process. A lot of the people who are speaking against the bill today, you will find their names as having presented their views during that process. And today they are turning around to say that, you know, their views were not taken into consideration. The churches, civil society, individual members of parliament and groups, if you look at the list of contributions from those who gave their views, this initiative has been the most, inclusive and people-driven than any other process that I can imagine. Now, these people who are making noise, they are like critics. In the world of art, there are those who are called critics. They wait for somebody to write a book. They can never write a book. They wait for you to write a book, and they begin to criticize. You design a house. When the house is up, they begin to criticize. Now, the last time I had these critics talk was about the current Constitution of Kenya 2010. They said that this Constitution, there are some areas they did not agree with. Now, I was wondering that from the year 2013, they would have taken an initiative to correct what they had said in 2013 that was not proper or they did not agree with. But they've been silent and quiet for 7 years. And now that this initiative has been brought forth, they are beginning to say that there's something wrong with it. I want to assure Kenyans that I've gone through this bill with the eye and mind of a constitutional lawyer. And I am happy with the result. I'm very happy with the result. One of the things they've been criticizing is about the ombudsman, that the ombudsman is appointed by the president or is appointed by the executive. I think they should read the structure of the Constitution, the appointments, the way they are made, and come to the realization that even the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya is appointed by the president after a process. But the ombudsman under this bill operates within the confines of the Judicial Service Commission. So it does not undermine in any shape or form the independence of the judiciary at all. And this bill, I think you need to read it as a whole. Every constitution, you can make a conclusion whether you have a good document by reading it as a whole instead of reading it in pieces, because that way it would not make sense. Now, finally, there are people who have been talking about a multiple choice. I think they're coming with this idea too early. Legislation through a parliamentary bill would not do, because the Constitution says you vote on a bill, not on questions. You vote on a bill. So when the referendum comes, we are not going to have a multiple choice. We are going to have a bill, and you are going to vote on the bill. And judging by these numbers, I think that the end result would show that we will continue to dance reggae for a little longer than they thought. The reggae has not been stopped. And therefore, with those remarks, I thank you, Your Excellency, and I know the nation is waiting. And I want to thank the people from Nyanza also for taking the first place by registering 893,000. I know if you give them time until the morning, in the next 6-7 hours, they would have reached more than 1 million. Bob, thanks. Jakoyo, thanks. And that is a good job done. Thank you very much.
Na watu ambao wameenda university wamesoma mambo ya miti na matawi kuelewa ni ngumu. Sasa akisikia ombudsman yeye anafikiri unaongea juu ya Pope ya Catholic ambayo unataka kubadilisha, sijui shida ni hiyo tu, mimi najua. But anyway, nataka kurecognize kwanza, kabla hatujaenda mbali, nataka kurecognize senator, former senator wa Embu, Senator Lenny Kivuti. Senator yuko hapa na sisi, ameungana na sisi katika hii sherehe. Sasa kwa hii muda sasa nataka kualika kiongozi mwingine wa bunge, the majority leader, ambaye anaongoza bunge wale wengi, lakini siku hizi there is a thin line even between the majority and the minority because of the handshake. But whatever it is, he is the majority leader, Honorable Amos Muhinga Kimunya. Mheshimiwa, karibu sana.
Your Excellency, former Prime Minister, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, viongozi wenzangu, let me say today is a big day. And I'm very happy to be part of this history making. Kuja kujionea and to celebrate the good work that has been done by our coordinators. Because as of this time last week, the skeptics walikuwa wanasema hawa watu wanacheza. They will not get 1 million signatures even in a whole month. But within 3 days, I think the signatures have gone to 2 million. Even as we are going, by the end of this weekend, if we continue, you can be sure the signatures will go to almost 10 million. But we only need 1 million. So asanteni sana for the confidence that you put in the Kenyan people, our coordinators, because they gave you their signatures, they gave you their details, knowing that they're in support of this process. Your Excellency, I want to also thank you and His Excellency President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta for taking this initiative and also for addressing a very fundamental issue. As we're sitting here, there's a letter, there's an advisory that was given by the Chief Justice to the President to dissolve Parliament because of not meeting the two-third gender rule.
Leader, sio usiku anataka kukatiza wewe kwa protocol. Kuna watu wawili muhimu tumesahau. Na unajua sasa ngazi imeenda juu. Baada ya wewe tunaenda kwa wakubwa. Sasa turudi chini kidogo. Kuna wakurugenzi wa hii nyumba, wakurugenzi wakuu ambaye ni wawili hapa, wako hapa, Senator Janet Ongera na Sara Kilemi. Sijui wakuja hapa mbele waonekane kwa sababu sisi ni wageni wao. Yeah, okay, just to wave. Okay. Wako hapa, hawa ndio wakurugenzi wa hii nyumba, Sara Kilemi na Janet Ongera. Asante sana. Pole kwa kukatiza.
Asante.
Na pia Honorable Bosire pia ako na sisi hapa kutoka Kitutu Masaba. Former MP Kitutu na treasurer wa ODM.
Asante sana. You know, women in leadership, is what I was talking about, that we are sitting on an advisory, and His Excellency the President knew within the framework of BBI the issue of gender parity will be resolved, and that's why he has not dissolved Parliament. But when I listen to our friends, all they are saying is Parliament is dissolved. We have another election, but they are not ready for referendum. I listened to some confusion that took place in the neighborhood of Karen. And one of the things that came out very clearly is that they are very uncomfortable that by having women in parliament, the number of people in parliament will become too large. So they are happy with men in parliament, but they don't want to sacrifice for women. And it became very clear that even when asked, they said, we would rather have the 47 women reps back, and then ile Article 81B tuiangalia fresh. What does kuiangalia fresh mean? Iondolewe. Because they don't want women in leadership. Wanawadanganya tu waende kwa rally zao, watingize viuno, yeah? But when it comes to leadership, the only two people who are willing to take a risk, afadhali hata BBI yanguke, but women should be there. The only two people who are taking that risk is Honorable Raila Odinga and His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. They have shown they love women and care for women. Hao wengine wote ni kutudanganya tu kwa maharambe na nini, kuambia wanawake tunawatetea, mama mboga mtakuwa kwa serikali, but when we talk of women in leadership, they believe, they say itakuwa expensive. Yeah? So I think it's something we need to see the hypocrisy that people who are aspiring to get into leadership are cheating Kenyans, that tutafanya kazi na nyinyi, but on the day of reckoning, they come out very clearly to say that they don't care about the women. All they want to care is wao wapatiwe leadership. So this is a blessing in disguise that people were able to meona ukweli wa mambo, and people of Kenya can now make up their mind in terms of who will take them to Canaan and who will keep them in misery forever for their own personal benefits. Sitaki kuzungumza maneno mengi. Thank you very much, our coordinators. And I want to also say it was very good that our provincial administration, or the administration, the security staff within the government were able to provide the necessary security, because there are so many people who would have wanted hata hivi vitabu yote isemekane imenyang'anywa, yeah, but they were guarded well to show security is working, and we are very happy that the government was able to provide that for the process. So many people have been involved in this process, and we want to say thank you, because after this, see imeendelea. The train has left. I don't know, there are people still waiting ati train irudi nyuma ati for them to board. We cannot wait for anyone. Mtu akimbie atapelekana kwa the next station. Aboard the train tuendelee. Lakini train cannot go backwards. Yeah? Ukianza kupika keki, I know, and you put all the ingredients, hata ugali. Yeah? Ati ukumbuke hukuweka something, or probably the cake is better. Ati hukuweka ile flavoring ama nini. Uitoe kwa oven, alafu uanze kutoanisha, kuongeza chumvi. Urudishe, utapata keki ama itakuwa umeharibu. So our cake is ready for, inakuwa baked, and we don't want to be left behind or derailed by anyone. Sasa kusema mengi, ningetaka kuambia tu marafiki zetu. I know I've talked to a number of the members of parliament, some of the 140. Ukiangalia kwa hii electronic, utaona warisign. Some even signed yesterday night, because they don't want to be left behind. Lakini wanasema tuona huko wewe usijali, lakini kwa BBI tutakuwa, and I want to invite as many as possible, so that even in parliament there will be a tally, na tunaona nani anakuwa na sisi na nani yuko na wameanza kutetemeka. So things are moving well, and with those many remarks, I want to ask that we prepare ourselves, tumkaribishe the Building Bridges Initiative to Unity, with his brother His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Anajua what is happening, and I'm sure we will succeed together. And also to ask that karibu sana Central. Here ya Muranga ilikuwa tukionja. We are waiting for you in Nyandarua next week. Na Nyeri wanakugojea, Muranga wanakugojea, Thika wanagojea, Kiambu wanagojea, and so that people, hii mambo ya kusema ati Mount Kenya is locked. Yeah? The truth imetokea. People have locked air. And but the people, we know where they are, and we are the people. Na ukitaka, also something watu wanasema, ukitaka kuoa, in our tradition, a girl does not belong to the family. Yeah? Msichana is owned by the clan. So kuna watu wamekuwa wakienda kuchukua the brothers, wanaambia ati nataka kuoa your sister, nataka nini? They have never come to the clan. Wewe umekuja kwa clan. Sawa. Umeelewa? The clan is with you. Tutaendelea. Asante sana, karibu sana Honorable Prime Minister.
Stop Asante. Ladies and gentlemen, the leaders and ladies and gentlemen of the press, hamjambo. This is a very important occasion, and we would have been here together with my brother, President Uhuru Kenyatta, but he's presiding over another function with the governors today. They're talking about recovery from COVID. So we agreed that we will kill different birds. He was going to be there and I will be here. And I'm here also representing him in this exercise. We have cleared another requirement in our running quest for building bridges to a united Kenya that we embarked on 2 years ago in a bid to create a more perfect and caring country. The collection of signatures for the Constitution Amendment Bill 2020 has been a resounding success. As we are meeting here, we have over 5 million signatures in support of the bill, and more are still coming. 5 million people in slightly over a week signals a very strong seal of approval of the process, the necessity of it all, the final document, and the expected end result. As I said during the launch of the collection of signatures, I have worked with our people on processes of change like this one for a long time, sometimes in equally risky times. I know it for a fact that Kenyans are not slow learners when it comes to seizing the moment for change. I knew Kenyans would close this chapter in record time, and they have. Kenyans know what they are looking for, how this process will help, and why time is of essence. We do not take this rapid response for granted. And so we most sincerely thank those who spared time amid all the difficulties and fears we are experiencing in our country to attend to this historic national duty. This shows that Kenyans are capable of multitasking, just like the citizens of scores of other countries who have just completed or are in the process of completing important national assignments, like elections in the middle of the pandemic and biting economic times. We have strict legal guidelines to adhere to in this whole exercise. In a couple of days, we move to the IEBC to hand over these signatures for verification and necessary action. We expect the IEBC to equally move with speed, as Kenyans have done, and release the process to the next stage, which is taking signatures to the county assemblies. Then we will come to Parliament and then back to the people by way of a referendum. The people's power and people's say are written all over this process. We started with the people giving their views to the BBI task force. We returned to the people to verify the contents of the report of the task force. You have gone to the people to append their signatures to the bill as a seal of approval. We will then go to the representatives of the people in the county assemblies and in Parliament. Then we will return to the people for final approval of this document in a referendum. This is a people as people-driven as can be. So my appeal is, let us soldier on, because there will never be the perfect time to do it. The naysayers will always find a reason to slow us down or to stop us altogether. We know the distance we have covered so far and how attempts to derail us have unfolded. When we did the handshake with President Uhuru Kenyatta and launched the BBI 2 years ago, there was no corona. But the naysayers opposed the exercise, claiming it targeted them in their quest for power. When we launched the war on corruption, they opposed it, again on account that it was targeting them. We would have been derailed and stopped if we had lost focus. We have to soldier on. I therefore have an appeal to the naysayers out there who claim to be speaking for the people, or that the people have not spoken. Throughout this process, the people have spoken. Please let the people continue speaking for themselves. Let the people decide the fate of this document and the changes it proposes to introduce in our country. It is the people's document now. President Uhuru Kenyatta and I have absolute faith in the ability of the people of Kenya to make the right decision if they are given the facts and the space. I believe many of the fellow leaders who voice support for this document hold that belief too. Over the last 2 years, we have explained the issues that we are seeking to address through this process, including corruption, divisive elections, shared prosperity, lack of national ethos, and security, among others. Let us respect the 5 million Kenyans who have appended their signatures to this. And let us respect the millions of others who are waiting out there to vote for or against the document in the referendum. We must allow Kenyans to have their say and their way, because nobody can speak for the people of Kenya better than the people of Kenya themselves. Wakenya wenzangu, nachukua fursa hii kwa niaba ya mwenzangu Mheshimiwa Rais Uhuru Kenyatta kutoa shukrani kwa Wakenya wote ambaye wametumia nafasi yao kuweka sahihi kwa hii kuunga mkono hii mswada ambayo tunapelekea kwa Wakenya. Hii mswada ya BBI imekuja baada ya yale mazungumzo tulikuwa naye, ana ile mwendo ambayo tulianza baada ya sisi kuketi chini na kuongea kwa muda mrefu na kujaribu kutafakari ni shida gani ambayo inakumba taifa letu, ili tuweze kupata suluhu ya kudumu tukiendelea mbele. Imekuwa ni ziara mrefu. Tulianza mwezi wa Machi mwaka 2018. Sasa ni zaidi ya miaka 2 na nusu mpaka tumefika hapa. Madhumuni wetu ni kuona kama Kenya inaweza kutekeleza wajibu wake, tunaweza kutekeleza ndoto ya waanzilishi wa taifa letu vile walivyonena wakati sisi tulikuwa tunapata uhuru, ili Kenya iweze kutoka katika janga ya ufukara na ipande mlima na ifike pale nchi zingine zimepiga. Tunataka kuona kama Kenya inapambana na nchi zingine ambazo zilikuwa ni rika zake. Hatutaki kuona kama Kenya inazidi kupambana katika ligi ya nchi fukara, nchi ambaye zimekumbwa na janga mingi zaidi, nchi ambaye kuna ufisadi mingi zaidi, na yale yote yatawezekana kupitia kwa hii njia ya BBI. Kuna wale ambayo wanapinga, na tunasema hiyo ni haki yao ya kidemokrasia. Katika demokrasia kuna wale ambayo watakubali na kuna wale ambayo watapinga. Kwa hivyo sisi tunasema wale ambao wako tayari tunataka tutuombee nao. Wengine wanasema atio, tafadhali ngojeni, tuelewane, tuongee. Wakati wa kutoa maoni ilikuweko. Waliuliza watoe maoni yao na hawakuweza kutoa maoni yao. Walikuwa wameanza kupinga hata kabla hii mswada haijatoka. Sasa wanasema ati sasa tayari, tafadhali tuongee ili tusiwe na mapambano, tusiwe na mchuano. Lakini mimi kama mwanasiasa sijajua pale ambayo kuna ile kura ya maoni, yani referendum, ambaye hakuna pande mbili. Kama hakuna pande mbili, sasa ni haja gani ya kufanya referendum? Sipeleke tu kwa bunge na ipitishwe? Hakuna haja. There's nothing like non-contested referendum. Referendum by its own very nature, that word entails competition. There will be two different opposed views. You cannot put a question and expect that there will be no opposition. Na kusema ati iwe kama mtihani ya darasa ya 12, atichagua hii utaanza utajibu namna gani, hii utajibu namna gani. Wakenya wengi ambaye hata wajui kuandika na kusoma hawezi kufanya haya. Wakati gani? Weke pamoja, ifanye pamoja na kura ile ya kawaida ya jumla ya mwaka 2022. Hiyo uchaguzi itakuwa na viti, sasa itakuwa viti 6. Kwanza hiyo tayari inakuwa shida zaidi kwa wananchi. Tume ya uchaguzi nataka ipunguzwe. Tufanye uchaguzi wa maseneta na magavana na ni tofauti na ile ya wabunge na ile wa MCS. Vile wanafanya kule Nigeria. Wengine wanasema sasa ongeza tena ingine ballot ingine ya 7. Kwa watu ambaye hawajasoma, to an elected voter, that is asking for too much. Na ikiwa kama unasema tusifanye hapa wakati, kwa sababu gani tufanye wakati wa uchaguzi? Atio tu kuna janga la corona. Corona iko America, the rate of infection ni juu kushinda hapa. Na juzi watu wa Amerika walifanya uchaguzi. Jirani wetu hapa chini Tanzania walifanya uchaguzi juzi. Kule Ivory Coast wamefanya uchaguzi. Kule Burkina Faso wamefanya uchaguzi. Ghana inaenda uchaguzi mwezi huu. Kila mahali maisha ijakoma kwa sababu ya janga la corona. Atio tu kuna shida ya kiuchumi. Ndio tunajua tuna shida ya kiuchumi. Wakenya wanajua, lakini Wakenya wanaweza kumultitask. Kwa sababu tunasema wakati imewadia sisi kuendelea mbele na hii mambo ya BBI. Nikiwa kama wewe kazi yako ni kupinga, manake mlipinga wengine ile katiba ya 2010 baada nyinyi kukua kule Naivasha na kupitisha. Kuna wale ambaye kazi yao ni kupinga tu na kupinga tu. Walipinga hii katiba, sasa wataki ibadilishwe. Swali ni kwa nini walipinga, kwa sababu gani? Sasa sisi hatutaki kuingia katika tuanze kuendelea kubishana na wengine. tunasema kila Mkenya ana haki ya kupinga. Kwa hivyo tunasema hii iendelee, yale tunayotaka ni amani. Tungependa hii yote yafanyike katika njia ya amani. Hatutaki kuona kama kuna vitisho, kama kuna vita wakati wa watu wa Kenya. Kila mtu kata kama yeye anapinga, usiwe na shida na yeye. Hiyo ni haki yake ya kidemokrasia. Wacha apinge. Na wewe vile vile usitishe wale ambao wanaunga mkono. Wacha wao vile vile waunge mkono, ili debe ndio iwe muamuzi. Kama nyinyi mko na watu zaidi kutushinda sisi, tutasalimu amri. Na nyinyi mkishindwa, msalimu amri. Hiyo ndio ukweli wa mambo. Kwa hivyo mimi sitaki kusema zaidi kupita hapa. Nataka kumalizia tena kutoa shukrani kwa Wakenya wazalendo ambayo wameshughulikia hii maneno, ambayo wameenda katika pembe zote za nchi yetu na kusanya masahihi. Nawaambia, nasema heko kwenu, asanteni sana kupudi, lakini hiyo ni mwanzo. Mambo bado sasa. Sasa ndio mapambano. Tutaenda sasa kuuza hii mswada kila katika pembe zote za Kenya. Alafu baadaye kura itafanyika na tunasema baadaye tunasema shukrani kwa kila mtu. Kwa hivyo kwa haya mengi nasema asanteni sana kwa kutusikia.
Asante sana Your Excellency. Naomba makofi mazuri kwa waziri mkuu kwa maneno hayo ya hekima. Asante sana. Kwa heshima kuu, naomba tusalie tumesimama kwa maombi ya mwisho. Baada ya maombi hayo au kabla, nimeagizwa secretariat tukiongozwa na CEOs. Tafadhali kwa minajili ya picha ya pamoja, kwa minajili ya group photo, na tutaifanya kwa mpangilio. Asante, asante. Picha hiyo ni ya kumbukumbu. Regional coordinators, naomba sasa mpeane nafasi ili secretariat ibaki kwa picha ya mwisho. Thank you regional coordinators. Secretariat only now. Let us make that quick. Regional coordinators, please take your seats. Wale mulio nyuma tuketi tafadhali, tuko na viti. Secretariat, nafasi hii ni yenyu. Thank you, members of the secretariat. I think mine I will take later. Asanteni sana. Thank you, secretariat members. I think that is it. Naomba sote tusimame wima tunapopata